Yeah, this is something that Dave was paid to watch earlier today, so we're going to watch it. Who killed masculinity in video games? I guess Andy Pants will show us. This is gay. Belly buttons, gay. Darkness, not gay.
Does anybody else feel like masculinity has slowly been drained from modern video games? I was looking at recent staff photos of Ubisoft and Halo Infinite developers, and it's all starting to make sense. It's a bunch of...
Oh, it's misogyny? Easy. Who killed masculinity? Women. Women did it.
fat, white, liberal women. And white, liberal...
This is why games are so bad now? This is why games are so bad now. Okay. So the reason games are bad now is because you're an adult. You're an adult. They're just not as cool as they used to be. You know? You can go back and try to play the old games. They're not fun either. You know what I mean? You're over it. Some of the games are cool. Some of them are still fun. They're innovative. They're great. But you're just not on the shit anymore because you're old now. You're an old person. Games are for kids. I like to game every once in a while. Play a little baseball, Red Dead or something. Maybe a little Baldur's Gate. Those are woke games though or something.
Women have no interest in masculine, manly, male characters. They wouldn't even know how to write one if they tried. This is why Rockstar, a company founded by men that at least in 2018
by men
was still mostly run by men, created the magnum opus Red Dead Redemption 2, a game with a manly, well-written main protagonist.
Okay, so he is manly. He's a big, strong man. There's also, like, he helps women's suffrage, and there's, like, feminists, and there's feminist dialogue throughout this. Like, the story is one of anti-capitalism. The story is one of freedom. It's also about, like, hey, man, like, you make your choices. Like, you are a person who makes choices, and when you hurt people, that is a bad thing. It's a pretty good game. I think everyone should like this game. Red Dead is great, but it's not a right-wing game by any stretch. That Arthur Morgan is a man is like the least successful thing they did here, like, or the least like impressive success that they had here.
Arthur Morgan. If you want to see the seismic shift away from masculine characters, honestly, all you need to do is play a few games from 2006, and you'll see exactly
more
what I'm
masculine?
talking about.
Fucking Gears of War. They were more masculine when the Unreal Engine made everybody look like a big meatball. Yeah, it's cool, man. It's so cool.
Remember
when they added a lady in this? Oh, big news.
How many masculine military games came out in the 2000s?
Military games? I don't want another military game.
Of Honor, Call of Duty, Brothers in Arms, Gears of War.
Go join the military. This wasn't the good Brothers in Arms, by the way. Hell's Highway? That's not the good Brothers in Arms. I did play Medal of Honor, though.
Operation Flashpoint, Rainbow Six.
Vegas is the better one.
Ghost Recon, Splinter
Ghost Recon sucked. Splinter Cell was cool.
Cell. All of these games were starring
Call of Duty World at War was not the good one either.
Men and had themes like brotherhood, duty, sacrifice.
Brotherhood and duty. Please go sacrifice yourself in a war theater, please, right now. Go fight a Russian or something.
Honor. Almost all of these franchises have either been killed off, turned into multiplayer games, or went woke.
Or they've gone woke, sir. Please. If you're going to lecture me, do it in the right syntax, my guy. They've gone woke. You can't went woke.
I often wonder why so few modern games appeal
Why is this woke? By the way, this looks like a character based on that guy who does the TikToks. He's like, hello, and people were like freaking out for a little bit. This just looks like, the one I'm talking about?
And I think another big reason is this. Everything is just so gay now.
Is this gay?
Compare the games I just
Why is
mentioned
that gay?
to the modern trash we have to...
Are you fucking kidding me? 2008? Let me find it. Games that released in 2008. I'm going to find a gay game, man. Let's find a gay game. There's more queer stuff. There's more queer. By the way, Grand Theft Auto 4 had gay people, and also The Legend of Gay Tony came out before that. Just saying. Also Rockstar. Spider-Man, Web of Shadows, Tomb Raider, Underworld. They hated the girls. Prince of Persia has a really, really twinky character in it. Prince of Persia. That was a good one, though. Sands of Time was also good. Blitz the League, too. I actually had this. It's Lawrence Taylor. Sonic Unleashed. You know the gays are going to like this. Castlevania. Twink. Mirror's Edge. Woman! Persona 4. Braid was so thoughtful. That was when Fallout 3 came out, 2008. Holy shit. Are you going to sit here and tell me that God of War is not masculine in the slightest just because Kratos doesn't want to be a shit father and has anxiety about it? Boy. That's a good game. I beat that game. I don't beat many games.
Deal with in Overwatch and Apex.
I don't stick with them.
Almost every character in these new games is either gay, lesbian, bisexual, trans, or something else.
Okay.
Like,
are they? Can we have this back? Duke Nukem? Duke Nukem isn't known to be like a great game.
What happened to a masculine dude with a hot chick on his arm? I love the idea of Xbox Game Pass.
What happened? Well, I have one in real life. I don't really need to LARP it all the time. I want to play something that isn't myself. I don't always need to have hotties hanging all over me, man. Like, lighten up a little bit, Jake. I don't need to fucking rub it in everyone's face all the time.
But I swear, every time I open it up and
anybody tired of this shit? Transgender and non-binary community games? What?
Look for new games. There's just so many games that look
Slime Rancher gay
now.
Why do they look gay? What do you mean this looks gay? 'Cause he's cute? 'Cause he's a little cutie? I don't understand.
I refuse to play another cutesy 2D platformer.
None of those were 2D platformers. What? Manor Lord's totally gay. What is I'm trying to find the gay game here. Is this gay because it's cute? Is that what it is? If it's cute?
Or a game with a cutesy art style by some indie developer anymore.
Yeah, I don't want cute art styles. I want gritty and raw. So go play gritty stuff.
I'm just
Wasteland Remastered is right here.
Done with these games. If you want my 100% real thoughts on this.
100% real thoughts. All of his examples of manly men have been satire. Like, that says something. I don't think Arthur Morgan is satire. I think, although it does do satirical takes of masculinity throughout, I think it makes fun of I think Red Dead is so good because it is both a love letter and a real critique of the Western genre and how it views masculinity, and then like just the take in general of like how the world works. It's on the side of the natives, it's on the side of women, it's on the side of not the government and cops, it's not on the side of capital, it's like money is the problem. Like, it's a good game, and it's cute, by the way. I think Arthur Morgan is an incredibly cute character. Not only can you dress him up in all his little clothes and his little outfits and make them all, you could give him little baths and stuff, but also when he sees little events in the world, he draws little pictures of them. He has cute little notes about it. He writes so well. Man, Arthur Morgan is a cute little guy. He is not a stereotypical man. The idea of Arthur Morgan is that you assume he's a stereotypical Western man, and then you find out that there's lots of depth there, and depending on the decisions you make, he's good or bad, right? Like, yeah, he's got lots of different things going on.
I just think the entire video game industry has
still wonder why games are so bad now. I thought you said Gears of War was good. Gears of War can't have rainbow guns. You can't murder aliens with a chainsaw gun that has a rainbow on it. I don't think this is bad. I think that queer people play games too, and honestly, a lot more than the heteros. So, I mean, like, yeah, it's for them, man. They're making the games.
It's gone woke and gay, and almost nothing they are making appeals to me in any way anymore. So this is why I mostly play 20-year-old games on my channel, because they were...
You just... Because I only like the old game. I mean, you're just a boomer, man. You're like a hipster about this.
Just better.
They're not just better. You have nostalgia for them.
Was recently reading an insider interview about what went down at Volition Studios with the disastrous Saints Row reboot from an inside source. This source said that the LGBTQ community within the company was actually pretty small, but they are the loudest and the most annoying, and the company leadership chose to promote these people into key roles.
Okay, dude. I think no one gives a shit about Saints Row in general, and that was always going to fail. Like, huh? They would have to do innovative shit in Saints Row for someone to be like, yeah, I want to play another Saints Row game. Cool source, dude.
And that's how you get the absolute dumpster fire of a game.
Is that a waffle heart? Yeah, it is. This character likes breakfast. Me
was
too.
Saints Row 2022.
Waffles are good.
I think what you have at a lot of these game studios is about 80% of the staff is probably just hetero dudes trying to do their job.
Oh, cool. This is science right now. I guess 80% is probably just based on vibes. I think 80% is probably hetero dudes afraid of offending LGBTQ mafia. That's right. The mafia. You cowards. I wish the queers would be out here with ball peen hammers smashing kneecaps. That'd be fucking hilarious. Sure would be a shame if someone I don't know, bashed your kneecaps in because you didn't pay your protection money to the drag queens at the library. You know what I mean? Like, they're gonna get you.
But they're afraid of speaking up or saying what they actually think, and then you have the LGBTQ folks making decisions about what kind of game to make. And everything just ends up being safe and soft and sensitive because, we can't hurt anybody's feelings. So, of course...
What is safe and soft and sensitive? What is...
these shitty dumpster fire video games that nobody wants to play. After reading
What
a lot
video
of insider
games?
interviews at these developers, this is my sense of what has been
Is
happening.
this Saints Row?
I also feel like there's this kind of unholy alliance right now between games journalists, white liberal women at game studios, and the LGBTQ community at game
White liberal women.
studios. And they all seem...
Why does he keep bringing up white liberal women? Huh? Is he like, you should be on our side, the whites? Is he mad? I don't... It's just, yeah, this is just Gamergate stuff, yeah.
seem to be united around one thing. They actually hate gamers.
That's right, they do. Game developers hate gamers. I think the reason that games suck, the number one reason a game will suck is capitalism. The Saints Row reboot had a sort of soft critique of communists in it, and it's not even woke. Hilarious.
And who are gamers? Overwhelmingly,
Is that Matthew fucking Stafford? Why do you have a picture of normal men? These aren't normal men. These are... Why do you have a picture of like the 2006 NFL quarterback? This is Chase fucking Daniel. You guys don't even know who Chase Daniel is. This motherfucker has stolen money from the NFL. I mean, and not in a bad way, in a good way. You ever met a guy that just sort of like sits in the background and collects a paycheck and suddenly you're like, wait, how much are you worth? This motherfucker has been a backup quarterback in the NFL for like forever. He might still be. Is he still in the league? Chase Daniel. He was on the Kansas City Chiefs last time. Is he on the Bears? Where are you? Former? Okay, he's out now. He's 37, yeah. This guy's made millions of dollars sitting there. This is Mark Sanchez. He took the Jets to the NFC Championship game, just saying. I don't recognize you. Matthew Stafford. Colt McCoy. I don't recognize you either. That makes me look racist. Maybe you guys weren't good, though. The fuck? Anyway, he was the Lions quarterback. That's why I know him. And I don't know who this guy is. This is some fucking guy. Normal men. What the fuck are you talking about? These are all quarterbacks.
well, heterosexual dudes like us, of course.
Like us. Like me. Like me. An NFL quarterback, Matthew Stafford. As you can see, we are very similar men. Shut the fuck up.
This recent Reddit thread was written by an actual game developer and made me realize this.
Just one game dev says, I'm a professional game designer, and I'm worried when I'm starting to hate gamers. Like, first of all, you can't even tell if this is real or not, and then second of all, gamers are fucking weirdos, man. Yeah. But it's not like they're not making games for you. Go make a game that you want to play. You know? Go be a creative person yourself. And I think you'll find that you make bad games.
It reads, headline,
Am I allowed to say this? I kind of hate gamers. I'm a professional game designer, and I'm worried that I'm starting to hate gamers. Watching the gaming events on YouTube last...
So, do you think that this is an accurate representation of the game dev? He looks like he's getting his workout in.
month with the chat on was extremely disheartening experience.
Straight guys don't have to tell people they are straight. As a heterosexual man who is heterosexual and does not like men, I am here to say that this is gay. Not that I would know, because I'm not gay.
Every time a character that wasn't a cis-het white man appeared on screen, the chats would fill with messages calling the game woke or complaining about DEI. Every game that wasn't a
Why is this off the fucking screen, man?
shooter or a hyper-casual competitive online game garnered zzz and boring comments. I've seen people implying that the MC in Fable trailers is ugly because it's a self-insert of some random level designer working at Playground
Now we're just skipping?
whom they deemed not fuckable enough. I don't know. It's just the internet magnifying negative voices, I guess, doing what it does best.
Cool.
But it's making me real tired of gamers.
Game devs hate gamers. You don't have any friends.
So at this point, it seems that games journalists and all of the liberal LGBT mafia that work at game studios
The mafia.
actually hate their audience. And this is a comment I
We
keep
hate
reading from
gamers.
you guys again and again.
All the game devs. So why don't you just go try to do the job instead? I don't understand. This is just like the Mexicans are stealing our jobs. This is now the gays are stealing our game dev work. They're just, the gays are taking over gaming. Gaming. Coincidence? Any gamers in chat? Chat, are you a gamer?
I swear they literally hate us. They seem to be dead set on giving their audience exactly what we don't want.
Matthew Stafford and his
How
friends,
long is your business
backup
gonna
quarterbacks.
be open if you're dead set on not giving the customer what they want? This is why when skanks like Alyssa Mercante are
Who was Skanks?
crying about Kotaku shutting down and losing their jobs,
Huh?
and game studios are going under because they were associated with Sweet Baby Inc., I just laugh. Let them burn. Let all these
Yeah.
companies burn.
Yeah,
who
let them
don't
burn. Be anti-corporate,
know
bro.
how to give the audience. The wonderful irony in all
Don't know. Is he? Did he actually? Okay. The way this is edited is so fucking slapped together.
this is that it's the very games that the woke cancel mob has tried to cancel.
J.K. Rowling is a trans bigot. A trans bigot. Well, she's not a trans bigot. She's an anti-trans bigot. This gun wouldn't work, so it wouldn't matter. And also, J.K. Rowling does suck, and she's like destroyed her entire legacy. It's hilarious.
That seem to do the best. Remember Hogwarts Legacy?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, men who dress in women's clothes tried to get it canceled.
No one played it. No one liked this game.
Instead, the game sold 25 million copies. Oops. Remember Elden Ring?
is that a lot of
Remember how the woke mob tried to accuse FromSoft games of having, quote, problematic depictions of women? Oops. Sold 25 million copies. At this point, making an offensive game seems to...
I don't think anyone cares about Elden Ring. Did anyone? I've never heard someone be like, Elden Ring needs to be more woke. I'm pretty sure the trans people are playing Elden Ring too, and the queers, and the gays, and the wokies, even the allies. Trans people love FromSoft. What? Right?
to guarantee that game's success. We could talk about Stellar Blade, pissing off all of the liberal progressives, and yet everybody went out and bought it.
I don't think it pisses anyone off. It's just groan. It makes me groan. I go, oh, yeah. I wonder why you're playing that game. And then it's like, does Stellar Blade have good reviews? Was it actually good? I hope so. Was Stellar Blade actually good? An 81? Okay, so an 8 out of 10? Do you think it got a little bit of a boost? Did anyone play it? Is it actually fun?
Okay,
Gooner
so
Blade.
when the rest of this video...
Everyone bought it. Okay, wait. Stellar Blade sales. Now I gotta know. 1 million. 1 million. Like, that's great or whatever. Good for them. I don't care either way. I have no opinion on Stellar Blade. I genuinely don't give a shit. It's like, it looks just more like, oh, look, ass. Cool. I like butts, I guess. But is that why I'm going to play a game? Hell no.
I want to give you 4 examples of a game
Nier is better.
or game series going from masculine to feminine or gay, and it basically either killed or ruined the franchise. Number 1, Ubisoft and Red Storm Entertainment. So Red Storm Entertainment was a video game company founded by the legendary Tom Clancy to make Tom Clancy video games.
The legendary
He sold the
Tom
company
Clancy.
to Ubisoft in the year 2000, and Ubisoft in the 2000s actually had some balls and made some of the manliest games you've ever seen.
The manliest?
There were the Splinter Cell games, the Ghost Recon games, the Rainbow Six games, and the Far Cry games.
The manliest games. Rainbow Six Vegas was good. None of the Ghost Recon games are good. Far Cry is always incredibly disappointing, in my opinion. In Splinter Cell, I beat like 2 or 3 of them. Rainbow Six took a long time to get good also. These games have been like regularly underwhelming. Ubisoft is not a good publisher.
All of these games pretty much feature exclusively men, and these IPs in the 2000s had so much testosterone, just a single glance from a woman in their direction would get her pregnant.
What, man?
I mean, motherfucking Sam Fisher, come on.
Yeah, Sam Fisher. Yeah, anyone pregnant in chat because of Sam Fisher? Dude, do you just want to fuck guys? I think you just want to fuck guys. I think you're attracted to men. This is not how I think about Sam Fisher. I think Michael Ironside is the voice actor. That's what I think of Sam Fisher. I didn't even remember his name was Sam Fisher until you said it right now. I'm going to be 100% honest. I think you just want to fuck men, which is fine.
The dude is the ultimate Giga Chad. Scott Mitchell and Ghost...
Giga Chad? I'm just disappointed in the young men. I feel like an old man being like, we used to be men. But not for the reasons that they used to say that. We used to be men. We used to not bitch about stuff that people were doing. It's not true. Men have always been a problem. I think it's really stupid.
Recon. Now, you pick your own character in Far Cry 2, but it's definitely a manly game that will put hair on your chest. So what is Red...
It's a manly game that will put hair on your chest. Even if you play the girl, it'll put hair on your chest. Huh?
Storm Entertainment up to today? Well, I recently saw that Tom Clancy's The Division Heartland is being led by a man who dresses in women's clothes in his free time. Now, look, I don't give a shit if you want to identify as a dragon and go around laying magic eggs, but can we agree that the least masculine thing on earth you can do is dress in women's clothes?
Really? Huh. First of all, I disagree. You can be very masculine in wearing women's clothes. Totally fine. I feel like if you saw Jason Momoa in this thing, you'd be like, oh, nice, bro. He's just doing fashion. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's whatever. I actually think this person's still... I actually appreciate the sort of like Freddie Mercury vibes we have going on with this individual. I like the mustache and everything. It's cool. I like the mix. The least masculine thing. I mean, I can think of some other things. Mr. Whiskers brings to mind. I'm told guzzling cum is the only thing that will put hair on your chest. It's got the chest hair stem cells in there. Yeah, I don't know about masculinity. I've never once done an activity and thought, am I being masculine right now? Oh my God, am I masculine enough? Are you mad at me? Am I masculine enough? Like, just be masculine if that's what you want to be. But do you want to be masculine? Like, why are you so concerned with it? How does it get drilled into their heads that I got to be masculine? I got to be a masculine man. It's like, just be one? You're like the way you stand, like dudes who are like gotta stand like this. Hey bro. Yeah, man. Oh, I'm not really into whatever you're talking about. Like, yeah, I'm above that. Oh, I'm just, I gotta get my protein in. Yeah, I'm trying to go to the gym soon. I don't know. Can we be a well-rounded individual? Can we acknowledge that someone, if you don't feel comfortable wearing this cute outfit, which I also wouldn't be I wouldn't be looking good in this cute outfit, in my opinion. But this person looks good in this cute outfit. It works. I'd buy it. They're selling it right now.
Tom Clancy would be rolling over in his grave right now if he knew the absolute disaster that Red Storm Entertainment had become.
I don't give a fuck what Tom Clancy thinks. Who gives a... What? I don't care.
Number 2, Wolfenstein. So I was recently playing Wolfenstein The New Order for the first time, which came out in 2014. And I have to say, of all the games I was sure were going to avoid woke Western progressivism, this game was pretty high up there.
Killing Nazis game? The game where you kill Nazis and right-wingers? Okay.
The first 3 entries of the reboot were all fantastic. They had the badass BJ Blazkowicz, an absolute unit, as the main character, ripping apart entire armies of Nazis with the sexy and smart Anya as his arm candy and wife. Machine Game's first
arm candy. Like, do you see the way that you like think about it? You know what I'm saying? Like, women can only do one thing, and that is be around while masculine men do stuff. And that's just like weird, man. That's just a weird idea.
3 Wolfenstein entries, which came out in 2014, 2015, and 2017, are all great. They have normal men and women doing normal shit in them. Awesome. But of course, the woke mob had to get involved somehow. So you have
the woke mob.
Beloved series with a beloved, tough, male, manly main character. Do you suppose it's a good idea to kill off that guy and replace him with cringy girl boss characters? Wolfenstein Youngblood came out in 2019, and it's an absolute tone-deaf disaster. So many modern video games, I find myself asking, who wanted this? Who asked for this? I often ask the same thing of the new Star Wars shows by
I didn't play any of those games. He isn't dead, by the way? Oh, well, there you go. He just thought they killed him. He didn't play it because there was girls in it. It's much later. He's just old. Oh, okay. He's just an old guy. Youngblood was atrocious, but not because of woke. I'm assuming it was underfunded and underdeveloped.
Kathleen Kennedy as well. The Wolfenstein reboot had the perfect synergy of story and gameplay. You are BJ Blazkowicz, unleashing his rage on the Nazis for killing everyone he loved. You see this come across...
Except his arm candy wife?
In his brutal assassinations, like sticking a rusty pipe through the eye socket of an SS Waffen commander. But the setup to Wolfenstein Youngblood is incredibly cringe. In it, you play as BJ's daughters, and they're honestly nothing like him. The first time you kill somebody, they don't really want to do it, and when they finally kill the guy, they have to have lattes and talk about it afterwards. Youngblood is a
obligatory token minority. This is the second
I was gay or something.
I don't think this is tokenism. I think this is just another one of the people involved. Dude was called BJ. Like, what are you talking about?
Perfect
Right?
example of how a cutscene can go so wrong in a game. BJ's setup is perfect and explains to you why you're doing the actions you're doing. BJ's daughters, however, are acting like they're in an episode of Big Bang Theory the whole time, but oh yeah, they just happen to be killing Nazis, and haha, isn't this so funny? It's tonally all over the place and just so full of cringy and awful cinematics, which is ironic because the cinematics in the first three games were like so good and short, and they got to the point and they were really emotional and impactful. Example number 3, Gears of War.
He did get mad at Gears of War for adding a woman? Uh-oh.
A full explanation of how the woke mob girl-bossed Gears of War.
I didn't play this shit either. I didn't give a fuck, okay? I don't care about this game.
See my video on that game.
A lot of people love these games. I thought they were dorky.
But I'll keep this short.
I don't like the grim darky shit. A lot of people are playing the new Warhammer game, and...
The first 3 Gears games are an incredible trilogy focusing on the bonds and brotherhood between men.
The bonds and brotherhood between men. And you can't be friends with a girl. You can't be bros with a girl ever. Okay? You can only have wives and girlfriends and daughters and moms and grandmas. No friends.
They're incredibly masculine games, focusing on duty and sacrifice and military orders. And I know some of you hate this, but for 10,000 years, it's only been men fighting wars. Sorry.
It's not. That's not true. That's just not a true thing.
The first 3 games focus on Marcus, Dom, Cole, and Baird and tell a masculine story of brotherhood. Well, the progressive woke mob...
Dude, this looks like shit.
...somehow got to Gears of War, and Gears
Progressive
4 and 5
woke
are
mob.
about sisterhood, motherhood, being a traitor, and what it feels like to be a woman.
Okay.
They introduced the character of Kate Diaz, who I don't think anybody gives a single fuck about. What they should have done is put Kate in a spin-off game, not a mainline Gears entry. But here's the problem, of course, nobody would have bought it. So unfortunately, Gears 4 and 5 are basically girl boss, feminist Gears of War, and any masculine story about men is put on the back burner.
What masculinity do you need? I don't understand where the supplemental masculinity is coming from for this guy. Like, why does he need that? Why can't you just play a game or don't? If you don't care about it, just... it's whatever. I don't like the gray green bright. This looks like shit to me, yeah. I was never interested in Gears of War. I tried to play a little bit of it. It just wasn't for me.
Of course, the games include Baird and Marcus in them, but
like
they're
shit,
really
man.
on the back burner. And Gears is now about Kate
Is this your
Diaz,
gameplay?
who I've never talked to a Gears fan even cares about. Moving on, example number 4, the Saints Row reboot. Saints Row spent 10
Saints Row is not a game that I have ever given a shit about.
years building up characters and building up a very distinctive and edgy and male sense of humor.
Male sense of humor? You can make your character whatever you want.
It's the kind of stuff you and the guys would laugh at. Some of the recurring characters in Saints Row are Johnny Gat, Julius, Aisha, Shondi, and several others. In these games, the men are men and the women are women. Johnny is edgy and hilarious and always has a hot chick on his arm. The humor is crude and hilarious.
Always has a hot chick on his arm. This is just such a thing that he wants to LARP. He just wishes he had a hot chick on his arm, man, so bad. He keeps saying it.
And the Saints are always getting into trouble. So what went wrong with the reboot? Well, the woke 2022 reboot thought it was a good idea to kill off every single character from the old Saints Row games, and I guess they thought we would be cool with that. But don't worry, all of the beloved characters you've come to know and love have been replaced with tokenistic characters from a literal seminar on diversity. You've got the gay Asian man, the girl boss lesbian, another girl boss lesbian, and the gay black guy.
I'm hearing a bit of a lack of masculinity in your voice.
Girl boss lesbian, another girl boss lesbian, and
look, I'm just saying, I think we have a situation here where, you know, you really harping on this masculinity thing as like a cover for not being secure in your masculinity, and I think you should just be however exactly masculine you are or are not, without trying to compensate, you know?
the gay black guy. The LGBTQ mafia didn't just kill Saints Row, they crucified it on a rainbow flag.
Dang.
And this is what you get, guys. This is what you fuckers get for supporting these people. They turn out shitty.
They didn't support these people. What? That's what happened. They didn't make any money on the game. I don't know. Are you mad at corporations for making bad games because they're woke? Because they were making bad games before wokeness as well. They were doing a bad job long before this.
Shitty games that aren't funny, that aren't cool, that aren't masculine.
Not masculine.
Stop hiring these people. Game developers need to stop putting gay stuff in games, and they need to fire every liberal white woman if they want us to
just fire every liberal white woman
ever buy a game again. Because
Okay.
I'm serious.
Don't buy a game.
We're done with this shit.
That's
We're
fine.
not buying these games. Like Phil Spencer is out here complaining about how people aren't spending as much money on games anymore. I guarantee if you give us hetero dudes hot chicks in games again and manly men, you will see sales go through the roof.
They're going to be so fucking mad when the new Grand Theft Auto comes out and you get to play as the girl too.
Bring back the glory days of video games. I have this theory that in a few
Dude, these are not good games. Brothers in Arms Hell's Highway? That is not the good Brothers. Stop showing these two.
years, we're going to see a turn back to the golden era.
Raven
of video games.
Shield.
And
Look how
people are
bad
gonna
this
start
was.
buying games again. I recently saw this crazy chart from 2023 that basically showed that people are only playing old games these days. Nobody wants to play anything that's new out right now because it's all woke and it all sucks so bad.
I think live service games are dominating the space, and those are the games that people are still playing a lot of the time because they've hooked people on the gameplay loop. Ooh, Fortnite, GTA, Call of Duty. I would bet that Valorant is under here or something like that. Battlefield, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what the kids are playing now. I also think that people don't have as much money to throw around because, you know, things got expensive. And Valorant has lesbians. That's too woke. I think you'll see all the big AAA games. Like everyone's playing the Elden Ring, the Baldur's Gate. These have tons of concurrent gamers. All woke though.
So anyway, guys, let's all hope there's a return of masculine characters in games again at some point.
Let's hope.
That we can relate to.
These are masculine people in games right there. Those guys are masculine men in games. Okay, well, I don't really know what we're gonna do about these whiny men. I think they're just screwed. I think you just have to get over the fact that white straight men are not the only people that exist, and when you have corporations that are trying to make sure that they click demographic markers instead of making the game that the creators would make, this is definitely going to happen. So you're having like corporate, like rainbow capitalism happen in some of these cases, which he is upset about, but like he's a capitalist and a right winger, right? So they're going to continue to do this thing. It's crazy how this works. And then also like there's like that's the only part of the criticism that I think would be valid if he could identify that, because it definitely happens in some ways where it's a very cynical thing. But a lot of these games are just like, a lot of the games he said were bad were actually good and doing well, and like they just had cute art or something, and he called them gay, and that's not really what's happening at all. I've been playing Liza P recently. It rules. That's like a FromSoft game, but it's a real boy twink Pinocchio, right? Very cool. I mean, I guess gaming with a Y. That's what's happening now. The gamers are taking over.